okay, no, wait, I think I kind of remember. Okay. I think I kind of remember. I can't remember the voices I was using for everybody, but I'll try my best. Well, at least the receptionist's testimony matches what we thought. Right, but does that really help us? Huh? Thorne seems confident that she's lying. And I can tell she knows more than she's letting on. But why would she lie? Alright, hit the space. I have no idea. Either way, if there was a shot fired, that would benefit us greatly. Oh yeah, I remember, so they say that somebody died, like was killed by somebody else, but even though... I can't fully remember. we'll get there though. It's been too long. I waited too long to get back to this. And new voice hours, let's go. Quiz. Because the weapon was found was not used, right? Correct. It proved that weapon was not the one used in the crime. Mr. Bridges, why are your fingerprints on that gun? I can't explain. Mr. Bridges, in order for us to help you, you have to tell us the truth. I can tell you this much. The gun does not belong to me. I see. Why won't you work with us? That's enough, Chloe. We need to focus on the task at hand. We must figure out the truth from Mrs. Towers. Even if the end result is bad for our case. Really? Finding the truth, no matter how difficult, is crucial to a fair trial. Let's just hope the truth is on our side this time. Okay. Auto-saved! Hey, the bouncy balls! Is everyone settled? I believe we're about to question the witness's statement. That's correct. I believe Sir Cross should do the honors. Me again? This is your witness. If your argument is sound, her statements will hold up. I believe we can trust you to decide the truth, right, Cross? Yes, Counselor. Why is it always me? Very well. You may cross-examine the witness. Cross-examination. Hole in the wall. Yeah, so, okay, like... part of it is coming back to me, so it's... We'll get there, eventually, hopefully. But I gotta stop leaving games that are story-heavy for a month or two at a time and then come back to them way later because I forget everything. You don't believe me? The robber did have a gun, and he fired a shot. Just look at that hole in the wall. It was made by that same shot. My life was in danger. That's why I opened the safe. Oh, that's the... Okay, that's this... Now, wasn't there a picture covering the gunshot, though? So you think the shot was aimed directly at you? I think so. I mean, I'm pretty sure that bullet hit the wall behind me. This isn't good. This testimony contradicts the evidence. I just hope this leads somewhere. You don't believe me? No! So the bullet hole was found behind the reception, but it's for... Okay, so the reception... Okay, I want to see the... So there is the photo. That's where... Okay, I'm gonna bring my cursor back in so you guys can see what I'm actually pointing at. Display capture. Hold on a second here. Okay, so... That right there is where the bullet hole was. That's why I don't believe you that it was done during the robbery. Tara's first name Twin. No, Eggy, no! I'm new, is it? Oh God, because that looks. And that's where the bullet hole was, right there, behind the. There's no. Yeah, there's no bullet hole in the friggin'... I should... No, I'm not gonna go willy-nilly with this. We're gonna... Wait. Oh, there we go! And he fired a shot. There was no shot fired from this gun. That's why I was getting thrown off by the bullet hole. That's not, it's the pit. Yeah, okay, I'm doing it. How can you have fired a shot if the analysis doesn't show that one happened? I don't know. I'm just telling you what I saw. She really did see a shot fired? I guess I'll have to find something else I can object to. He fired a shot. Maybe that same shot. My life is in danger, that's why I opened the safe. Okay, so that's gotta be it. Maybe it is the photo. Nope, I fucked up. Please elaborate. Well, blah, 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 blah. God dang it. It's a reason that you receive this penalty. No, not a penalty! Fuck! Oh, security footage, here we go. He had a gun. There's no record of them leaving. Oh wait, when was the safe opened? Oh, that doesn't matter. Mark analysis. Ah, okay. Release 12 hours before. There we go. Now, okay. Yeah, 12 hours before the robbery. Let's go. There we go. Okay, I need to learn how to read. Hey, Wrath, how you doing? Have you been paying attention to the trial? The prosecution just presented an analysis of the mark in the wall, which proved the holes made at least 12 hours before the incident. Excellent work, dear Cross. Perhaps you've chosen the wrong path in life. Prosecuting seems to be your talent. Yeah, well, it started that way. Don't listen to it, Conrad. We just proved our own argument is flawed. Right, but we're getting to the truth. Miss Towers, can you explain to the court why you misled us? I didn't mean to, I just assumed. So you're saying you don't know what caused that hole? She shot. I didn't see where he pointed the gun. So the truth comes out. Speculation is unhealthy, madame. This doesn't make sense. Why was she so confident before? I do hope you have a good explanation. I can't... Miss Towers, you will tell the truth this instant, or you'll be charged with perjury. Oh, damn. Order, order! Counselor, there is no need to threaten the witness. Petty criminals deserve no sympathy. Who's on trial here? I refuse to testify. I plead the fifth. A pity. Abort mission! We have a problem. Order 12, ready to serve. This is bad. She definitely knows more. Bro is sweat. Oh, my post. What? Oh, what evidence is this? Is this an evidence in your pants? Oh. We can't let her leave. Miss Towers, please remain calm. Aquarian. What? No one is going to blame you for being scared. We could put you in police custody until the culprit is found. Actually, the culprit is already found. Is already found. No, that's not it. I just... Conrad, that's it. We could force her to testify. But we have an important weapon, Conrad. If we show it to the court, we can get her to tell the truth. A weapon? Testimony guidelines, yeah. Yeah, as per the Fifth Amendment, any person can refuse to testify details of a crime if it would implicate them. However, they must cooperate if asked about matters unrelated to the crime. Haha. This book you gave me. Yep. Miss Towers, While you may refuse to testify in matters that could potentially implicate you in this crime, you can't refuse to testify about unrelated events. The rapier. Good thinking, Sir Cross. Now she won't get away. Right, he's British, I forgot. Haha. Good thinking, Sir Cross. Now she won't get away. Objection. Wait, what? But wait, isn't the whole related to this case? Not quite. Conrad, if you'll explain. Blimey. Oh, shit! Yeah, painting's hanging on the wall, yeah. Because of this? Oh, fuck. I'm getting the stare from Thorn, which means I was wrong. 12 hours, so yeah, it's the analysis. Okay, it's this again. I gotta be more confident. This analysis that was just discussed should clear things up. Excellent job, Cross. As the court can see, this analysis proves the mark was made at least 12 hours prior to the crime. Clearly, it couldn't have been made during the robbery. Ow. I'd hardly call that related. Ow, my foot. She can't keep objecting. What? Where? It was me! You? What are you doing on the witness stand? I thought your analysis was a little interesting. So ran a few checks myself. You went to the crime scene? I went yesterday. Preemptive strike. Yeah. JR seems to be getting on Thorn's nerves. So, you have new information for us? That's right. Turns out your analysis team assumed the mark was a bullet hole. That's why they got the time wrong. Yeah. The time wrong? Whoa, slow down there. No need to get all worked up. I have the proof right here. Oh my god, it's the updated autopsy report! The mark was made by a spear? Prince Thorn, what is the meaning of this? I thought your analysis was correct. It was. He's taking it really hard. Yeah, maybe his ego got hurt. I apologize to the court. The information is now corrected. Double Dun did it. Double Dare to the rescue. Detective, you've had this information since yesterday? Why did you wait until right now to show it to the court? What does it actually say, though? I want to see. Mark has. Mark is made by spear and could have been made at any time. Okay. Present. I would have shown the court earlier. But Prince Arrogant here didn't bring me to the stand earlier. That's right. Normally the prosecution has a detective explain the case. Huh. Thank you, detective. You may step down now. Double Done, save the day! God. How you doing, Rob? How you doing? So the mark was made by a spear. Wait a minute. This analysis has no time estimate. Yes, it appears that we cannot determine the time at all now. Miss Towers, do you know anything about this? Oh, yeah, I got mixed up. It was a spear, not a gun. I didn't. Your Honor, I think I know when that made the mark in question. Thus, literally spear. That's right here. More saves coming yet. I have yet to save scum in the first game, okay? So you shush your mouth. Have I? I don't think I have. Have I? No. There's no chibi cross to admonish me. The spear was found outside the crime scene. And it was most likely the item that caused the mark. Where did it come from? An empty spear rack is hanging in the side room. We can assume it was on display there. But how did it end up outside? Sir, we found the painting, sir! The painting that was hidden by Miss Towers? Oh, seems to match the one shown in the photograph. Hold up, I can testify. Witness, you have new information? Yes, please let me testify. I remember clearly now. clearly now. Okay, thank you. There's revised testimony. Okay. There was a shot fired, I swear. But I didn't see where it went. Maybe it was fired outside or somewhere hard to find. However, after that, while I was in the vault, I saw the culprit leaving through the front entrance holding the spear. So maybe it was outside because the culprit carried it out? I saw all that from the vault. Except that's not true. She didn't see where the shot went. I don't recall any other bullet hole at the scene. We'll have to assume that I'll have to assume that it was possible we missed something. I should focus my attack on the second half of her testimony. Just a tiny typo. Actually, there is wrath. And what it says is interesting. Security camera was watching the entrance of the bank. The photo was taken when the robber, wearing gloves and a mask, entered at 11:30. Oh, nice quiz. No record of the robber or any person of interest leaving. So they didn't come in and leave again. So, I think that's gonna come into play. So you saw the culprit holding the spear. Yes, he must have grabbed it from the side room. Okay. Let's see how you fare, Sir Cross. No, I didn't shoot anybody. Please begin your cross-examination. Yeah, Conrad, begin the cross-examination. Haha. Why not? And that's a lie! Haha! Fuck yeah! I'm fucking smart, goddammit! You claim to have seen the culprit leave the bank. Yet that is impossible. No security camera footage is found for the culprit leaving. Ah! Tell the truth. What did you really see? Wait, let me testify again. Objection. The witness has lied several times in this court. Her testimony is clearly untrustworthy. It is rather strange that her testimony contains so many contradictions. Gaming! Your Honor, if you let me cross-examine her one more time, I'm confident we can get to the truth. We're so close now. Get the truth. So the guy stayed the night? I've seen some impressive examination skills from you in the past. I think the robber was the guy who died. Okay, this is my off-the-wall theory. The robber is the guy who died, but he died by accident as he was trying to flee the scene. But of course, that's not going to be what happened, but we'll find out. But I'm going to laugh so hard if that is it. Ooh, eggnog, nice. Seen some impressive examination skills from you in the past. That'd be lit. I will allow it. Objection overruled. But this is your last chance, witness. No more lies. I'm sorry, everyone. It's just hard to remember. Please continue your testimony to the court. I love how I only, I half remember what happened the last time I played this, but I'm still getting things right, so yeah! Towers, last chance. You're right. I'm sorry. He didn't leave through the front. Rather, just went upstairs. While I was in the vault, I saw him come out of the side room holding the spear. But I didn't catch all of his actions. I didn't see it exactly, but I'm sure that he stabbed the wall with that spear. That could explain the hole that was found. After that must be when he took the spear upstairs. But I have no clue how it ended up outside. Okay. So you didn't see everything the culprit did while you were in the vault. I missed a few things. But I can use logic too, right? My interpretation explains everything. Can the whole really be explained by that timeline of events? It does seem to be the only reasonable explanation. But there's still something that doesn't sit right with it. Okay. Now, we have the painting still intact with no distinguishing marks. An old photograph of the reception desk shows the painting in the spot, but it wasn't missing, was it? No, that's not, no. Or is it? No, that's a reception desk photo, so that's not the photo up here. No, that's not, that's completely different. So that's not gonna tell me what I need. I'm trying to think here. I think it has to do with the painting. Rather, yeah, while I was in the vault, I saw him come out the side room holding the spear. I catch all his actions. I didn't see it exactly, but I'm sure that he stabbed the wall with that spear. So. I feel like... Could have been made at any time, which is true. The painting... I like the soundtrack. I'm gonna... Fuck yeah! So you're assuming the hole was made by the culprit? Before he went upstairs? Yes, doesn't it make sense? No, it doesn't. You of all people should know that something was on the wall. Something that would have been covering the spot where the hole was located. Namely, this painting. You have no idea how good I feel right now. If this painting really was hanging until after the incident, it would have been punctured by the spear. Yet the painting currently has no such mark. But your order was ready. You have lied too many times to this court. You'll be charged with perjury immediately. I understand. Death. 1 second, Prosecutor Thorne. Before we dismiss the witness, we should hear the truth. I promised to tell you everything. Speak now or forever be held in contempt. Listen, we cornered her. I made... Come on. I made the hole in the wall. What? I was practicing my fighting skills. And the side room is right there with all the cool stuff. Come again. It gets really boring at the front desk. So I sometimes swing the spear around. I walled us on the spear. So that's why she was hiding the whole time? That's what she was hiding the whole time? If my boss finds out, I'll be fired. So you put up the painting to hide the mark? Yes, it happened a few months ago. Oh my god. Evidence updated. Seems like a reasonable story to me. What does it say now? Towers accidentally stabbed a hole into the wall behind the reception desk, unrelated to the robbery. It does seem to fit her personality, in all honesty. We'll find out soon enough if the facts fit. You may dismiss the witness. I'm sorry. Wow. That got us nowhere. So that explains one thing. But she still claimed to hear a gunshot. Evidence, dear Cross. Evidence. Testimony alone cannot prove a thing in court. Wait, no, wait, oh no! Then by that logic, the true nature of that hole can't be proven either. Oh, hey! I beg to differ, Sir Cross, though it pains me to say it. The updated mark analysis proves it was not made by a gun. Perhaps we should settle this with a duel. You do remember that ancient custom, right? A duel? Could he mean... Conrad, you don't even have a sword. No, I don't think he means that duel. I think he's talking about a logic duel. Sounds like a game. Is that what court is to you, Conrad? It's more than a game. Arguments are key to finding the truth. Thorne, I accept your challenge. God, I love how they break their hands every time. I don't have much else to go on. If I could somehow prove the gun they found was not the weapon used, it'll be a huge advantage to our case. Splendid, splendid! Your Majesty, please prepare the courtroom. Yes, it's been some time since we've done this, but are the counselors prepared? I look forward to the defense's demise. Yeah, just like the good old days of law. Please proceed. Very well. The court will maintain silence. The defense and prosecution will argue until the matter is settled. Good luck, Conrad. I'll only have one shot at this. I must not fail. Time for the breakbeat. Hi, Brittle. How you doing? Duel. Sorry. Duel. Oh, jeez. What? Why do we have stands? Why do we have what? In a duel, the goal is to crush the opponent's argument. I'll be faced with a series of rapid questions. If I make a mistake, I'll be penalized. There was no shot fired during the robbery. The gun found on the 9th floor is the one that was used in the robbery. I need to counter the opposing arguments with smart remarks. I should take my time to consider the options available to me. A correct response should lead to a victory. Well, I'm waiting, Sir Cross. The subject will be the events that occurred before the murder. I must throw suspicion on the prosecution's evidence and prove that my client was not the one who robbed the bank. Okay. This security footage shows that the culprit was holding a weapon. Furthermore, the gun is the same model as the one found at the scene. How could a shot have been fired if an analysis showed that the gun found was not used? There was no shot fired. That's what we're getting at. She was mistaken. There was no shot fired. There was a sound, but there was no. I'm gonna go with it has to be this. A fire now isn't the time. A similar gun that wasn't found. I'm gonna say there were no shot fired. Yeah. That's because there wasn't a shot fired in the first place. Damn it! Have you thought about what that means for your case? That means you're admitting this gun was the one used in the crime. Ah, it bears the accused fingerprints. Bye-bye case. I will skip the penalties this time, Sir Cross. Perhaps you should take this more seriously. But present a convincing argument or face the consequences. I should think of another line of attack. The analysis was wrong. It has to be it. How can we trust that your analysis of the gun is correct? Because his analysis of the bullet hole was wrong! Ah, that's right! Throw down it! Oh my god, how did I miss it? How did I fucking miss that? You already had one analysis proven incorrect. We are certain this time. Weapon analysis is much more accurate. But how can we know for sure? If we will cease this pointless banter, I requested an additional analysis. They've been performing it since the other analysis was obliterated. So he started to doubt his own evidence. The results came back, confirming the initial opinion. The gun did not fire a shot. I should think of something else to hit him with. There was a similar gun that wasn't found. That could be it too. There's really only one scenario where my argument works. Perhaps our investigation missed something. Namely, a separate gun that was identical to the one we found. We searched everywhere. The item was not at the scene. Not so fast. This wouldn't be the first time we missed something. The painting! This painting was hidden in the side room. We only found it today thanks to Miss Towers' testimony. Which begs the question, how many other things did we miss? Ah! Get fucked! I'm so excited! That's it. I need to keep the pressure on him. But how likely... the likelihood doesn't matter, so long as the possibility exists. We cannot hand out a verdict. We've already discussed how the culprit in this footage could not have left through the front exit. How exactly did the robber leave the bank? A back entrance exists on the same floor. No security cameras installed on that side. Ooh, evidence added. Hello, we gotta check that out. There's a back entrance to the bank. There's no security camera watching. Oh, okay. Which brings me to my next point. Only bank employees know about the back entrance. Wait, how do you know that? I've questioned a few of the employees. The back entrance is not commonly used. It leads to a narrow alley. But the point is, the suspect admitted to working at the bank. I suppose he did. But there are other bank employee suspects. So he wouldn't be the only one to know about it, though. There are others that could have committed the crime. Others? You should also be suspecting other employees of the bank. The back entrance was merely one aspect of my argument. The culprit was definitely the defendant. Take, for example, the discarded bag. It belonged to the bank itself. Again, it could have been a worker. This was carried in by the culprit. That means the culprit had access to this bag before the crime. But my guy was a former employee. He's not a current employee. But those bags, I'm not finished yet. Only the defendant had access to this bag. What? This type of bag was only used internally, in the first floor vault. Smuggling that would be no easy task. Luckily, our suspect's job is to manage money. A task that requires him to enter the vault. No! What say you, Knight of Justice? Teleported out on its own! No! Yeah, others could have entered the vault. It's the same argument as the entrance. Isn't it possible other employees could enter the vault? What? What? Wait, what's with all this fire? See, Brittle, you were right. And I have something to say. You do not interrupt. But someone else normally enters the vault. Just someone who could have easily stolen the bags. Who is this person? It was Mr. Ground. Why you? Oh my god, is my idea coming to fruition? Okay, it's now canon. If it is not that, I'm gonna be so surprised. Ground accidentally killed himself trying to escape the murder, or trying to escape the bank robbery. It just happened to be pinned on the other guy. And he brought in his gun to frame him for it. That's what I'm saying, Brittle. Have this bag searched for fingerprints immediately. The results that happened over the past 10 seconds confirm my theory. Butterfingers. Bill Ground's fingerprints were found on this bag. They were not stolen by the defendant. They were stolen by the victim. But the victim had no motive to commit such a deed. Mr. Bridges, were you at the bank the day of the incident? Yes, I was. And Ground? He was present as well? That's correct. He was doing his job early in the morning like usual. Have the security footage check. Sorry, check. We must know his movements. Got hiccup. God dang it. States wouldn't everyone have guns? Security footage from the front entrance? There's a record of him entering the building at 8 a.m., but no record of him leaving. That's easily explained. The victim simply had to use the aforementioned back entrance to leave. Once outside, the bags wound up in the hands of the true culprit. The victim died after the robbery at 11:30. You're saying that Ground left the building, dropped the bags, then re-entered through the back door? Oh, I guess he had to be on the 9th floor at 11:30. Yes? That's just a ridiculously complicated set of movements. Not to mention, that path would be impossible. What? Forgive me for not mentioning this earlier. Oh, you can't go back in the back entrance. The back door is locked from the outside. But is that true? Yes, it's true. But that means He propped it open with a rock. The victim had to be in the building after the robbery. Therefore, he could not have been the one who stole the bags. Not good. I don't have much to counter with. In times like these, I should sit for a moment and think. There are several routes of attack I can take. I can either try to show how the ground moved the bags, how ground moved the bags outside, or I could show how ground entered the building after leaving. Yeah, entered the building a second time. I will explain how the victim was able to enter the building after stealing the bags and leaving through the back. Remember that he was not found on the security footage. Or was he? Right. This is how he did it. He wore a disguise. He was disguised as someone else. That allowed him to enter the front entrance without being recognized. A disguise? That's right. He does appear in the footage somewhere. But we never identified him correctly. Was there anyone suspicious in the security records? And why would he do that? Wait a minute. There's only one reason why. Well, have you given up, Sir Cross? My initial ideas brought me down this new path. But what could it mean? I have no choice but to say it. I've been thinking about why Ground would steal the bags. There's really only one reason. You believe Mr. Ground is working with the culprit? I believe he was the culprit. Prosecutor Thorne, I can identify the culprit. The culprit we've been searching for this whole time is... Conrad Cross! What if I pick Chloe? We all know it's gonna be fucking Bill Ground, but I have to... Oh god, I'm gonna pick... I have to. My whole life has been leading up to this moment. I can finally reveal the answer we've all been looking for. It's me. Maybe it isn't me. I should think this through one more time. What if I pick Chloe? This person? Oh no. You don't sound too sure. Maybe I'm not? Oh, it was worth the penalty. Let me try again. That was me. Jacob Thorne. No, it was Bill Ground. I'm sorry I had to come to this. The culprit of the bank robbery we've been chasing after is the victim of the murder, Bill Ground. Let me explain it like this. First, sometime after 8 a.m., Ground stole the bags. Then he left through the back entrance. He had to do this so that no one would see him leaving with the bags. At 11:30, he re-entered the building as the robber. He carried the same bags with him through the front door. As we've already established, the culprit went upstairs. This is impossible! You said it yourself, Thorne. You said the culprit was an employee of the bank. Need I remind you that Mr. Ground worked there as well? But how do you explain the spear? Spear? Recall that the spear ended up outside the building, after the culprit carried it upstairs. Oh shit! Whoops. My bad. Those of you who are watching at home, please ignore the name of the game for the past 40 minutes. Think about it, Thorne. The answer is obvious. He threw the spear. We know the culprit carried the spear upstairs. But recall the state of the 9th floor. The window had been shattered. Correct. Isn't it possible that the spear is what was used to shatter the window? Ugh. That would explain why the culprit took the spear in the first place. I think for this game, a lot of the music is from like free to use stuff. It's from me. Oh, did you make this? Oh, that's cool. That's actually really cool. Because I actually like how it sounds. Exactly. Then he threw it outside from the 9th floor. Nice. But wouldn't there be better objects to use for breaking the window? Take a look at the back end of the spear. That ornament on the end would be heavy enough to do the job. The pistol bore the fingerprints. As I mentioned before, that pistol is unrelated. We must investigate the crime scene again to find the true weapon. Ah! But if there was a shot fired, where is the bullet mark? It's already been shown that we could have missed things at the scene. We cannot rule a verdict while there are still unanswered questions. Hey, Phoenix, hey! My client is innocent. The true culprit of the... Yeah, I figured I called it beforehand. I don't know if the guy's murder was, but I said that Bill Brown, the murder victim, was the bank robber. And it was. I was right. I'm smart. Awesome. I'm gonna do that right now real quick. Hold on a second. I can give a link to people. Okay, I can skip that. There it is. Okay, so I can give you guys all the link real quick. Boom. That should work. Big robbery was Bill Brown.